So my project is called a Perceptive program to assist remote learning for students with learning disabilities using screen and Bluetooth output tracking. So a bit of background, I'm a student right now. I'm a junior in high school, and I met my tutoree, Ryan, in the summer of 2021, and he was 3 at the time when I started with him, and now he's 5. I was given the choice of preferred ages, but I chose Ryan anyway because I felt that I wanted to sort of help out someone who wasn't the ideal age group. And we had to do remote learning due to the distance since he lived in Georgia while I lived in California. What's kind of sparked this project was the COVID effects, and I saw a decline in my own academic performance. So I realized that I wasn't the only one struggling, and there were a lot of people who were struggling more than I was. And his mom voiced her concerns on how he wasn't focused at home with remote tutors either. Zoom was especially hard since it was easy to get distracted for him. He has autism, and he's only 5 years old right now, so it's definitely hard, even as a regular toddler, to stay focused on one thing for more than a few minutes. And so this learning process is especially hard for him. So the outline of my project when I first started was that I would track mainly the mouse and keyboard for now of the student that I was tutoring, and then it would analyze it, and then it would put it into the student dashboard where I could see it, and then I could add a student ID so that I could keep track of multiple students at one time in case that this project ever branched out. So the project itself has tracking features, including the mouse location where you click with the mouse and when you scroll. It also tracks like the keyboard letters pressed. And you have the ability to stop and start sharing your screen due to privacy reasons. Like I wouldn't want my students' privacy to be threatened in a way in case that they kept recording even after class. And so this is kind of the code for both the keyboard and the mouse tracking. You can see that I used key presses and key releases for my variables for the keyboard tracking. And then so that you know when you press the key and then when it's released. And the mouse tracking is for on mouse clicks, on mouse scroll, and then on mouse move. So basically the purpose of this is that I can track what in this case Ryan is doing when we're in class. I can see like if he's typing the things that I'm asking him to type, like completing the form. Because it's remote learning, it's so hard to keep track of what he's doing because I'm not physically there with him. So I decided to make this program almost feel like I'm there with him, so I know what he's doing in case he's inactive, because I know it's hard to stay on track. So I want to make sure that he's engaged in whatever I'm teaching. This is the recording feature. It makes it so that it protects his privacy. So there's keyboard listening and then start listening and stop listening. And then on this side, you can see the what the code looks like when it launches. So there's this little screen and then you can click start recording and stop recording. And the bottom here is what he'll see on his end, and he'll see like exactly what it's tracking. So the project continued. There are 2 parts of this project. There's one desktop code program for the students that was shown in the previous slide, and then an app on mobile devices for teachers. That app is so that I can log in and then keep track of all my students in one place. I'm able to write notes and see their activity be updated in real time. I think the ability to register multiple students is helpful, especially when eventually I teach multiple students or other teachers use this. So the login and sign up information is for easy tracking. So I have a demonstration video that I can play. And my name is Angelina Zhao, and I'm currently a junior at Korean Lutheran High School. The purpose of my project is to help struggling neurodivergent students focus and stay on task during online classes. Ever since the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak in early of 2020, many previous classroom-based help, such as additional teachers, have not been able to assist these students in ways that they had before. These students' academic progressions have been put on pause since remote learning has proven to be a struggle amongst all students, not just ones who struggle with learning disabilities. Students tend to stray off track and let their mind wander while their teachers make an attempt to educate them through a device screen. And so to tackle this problem, I will utilize a tracking function to allow the teachers or tutors to help these students stay concentrated on their work. And so this is my program, and I'm gonna run it. And in the terminal, this will pop up. And so when I log in with the student ID on the app, I have the ability to start recording. And then after I press this, the button will be replaced with this stop recording function. And so right now I'm gonna log in on the teachers app on my phone. And so the student email t@example.com was linked to an account called Billy Bob, which I will now enter. And when I start recording, you can see that my mouse moves in the terminal over here at a very fast speed. And if I press live session on my phone, I can see that my phone is updating the location of my mouse. And if I were to type something like hello world, the last printed key on my phone also tracks the letters that I've typed.
Google spreadsheet.
Okay, so that was my demonstration video. And so last slide, I'll be talking about my future editions because this is kind of like a prototype and not like a finished product. So I'd like to improve the format of the tracking because right now in the terminal of the code, it's kind of hard to keep track because everything's moving so fast. In add-ons, I'd like to add a sketch of where the mouse has been, like a basic outline of like all the locations that it's been, like one straight line, but it's in like a squiggle. And then I'd also like to warn about long periods of inactivities. And a future addition that I'd like to add, if possible, is a feature for tablets or iPads, because right now my program only tracks for laptops because of your mouse and your keyboard, but eventually I'd like to branch that out for like finger touching on tablets or Apple Pencils so that I can expand the range of students who can utilize this program. Thank you.